Signs in the sun, moon, and stars. Mazzaroth Decoded number 17. Welcome back, family. All right, let's do this. I did a request in community section. I'm having some problems with the computer. I have tried 10 times to download Stellarium onto the new computer, and it is sending me to the Microsoft Store, and Stellarium doesn't seem to be in the store. Then it asks me if I want to switch out of S mode. It gives me all kinds of warnings. It says that's the only way for me to go get the Stellarium. I am just dumbfounded. I'm not good with computers. Don't have any help where I'm located. I can go to the computer store and pay to have help, but I do not have any funds available for anything right now. I'm currently homeless. I think most of you know that. I'm staying at a friend's house. Luckily, I have the ability to do this video really quick. I just don't have any of the tools that are necessary or the computer understanding to get past this hump. So I'm putting a request out there to all of my subs. I really need somebody who is technically savvy with computers and can help me navigate past these hurdles that I'm having with the computer. There's got to be something going on that I just don't get, and I need to have some help. So if there's anybody out there that can help guide me through this, you can reach me via email. It's vybwellness@gmail.com. That's VYB as in vibe wellness at Gmail. And that will allow me to communicate. And then if I have to, I can send you my phone number, and then we can get past this hurdle. The Stellarium web does not allow me to manage any of my finds. It doesn't allow me to track the comets. They show up randomly, and if you mistakenly click something else in the field, the comet could just disappear and not come back. It's highly frustrating for me doing this work, but it's been the only way for me to do this work with my old computer because it just couldn't handle uh, the Stellarium. When I tried to download it, it caused problems, and I had to go take off a bunch of other stuff that I was running for my production software and for a bunch of other stuff that I had on the old computer. Now this one is brand new, doesn't have anything on it, and I just can't seem to figure it out. So I just need some help. If there's somebody out there that can take a moment to email me or put a note in the community section or in the comments in this video, that would be greatly appreciated. Today we're going to do our best, but there's all kinds of comets uh, in our decode, and we can't even show them because I have not been able to pull any of them back up. And I don't have a studio right now where I have the time to sit there and figure out how to get them back. So what I have to do is we're gonna just do this decode on the heavens with what we have, and we'll just move forward once we get this rectified, and we'll go from there. Uh, Give me 1 second, fam. I gotta take a quick break. I'm having some severe allergies from the house I'm in. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Okay. Thanks for being patient with all of this stuff. It's been extremely difficult because, again, I don't have a home right now. Um, Luckily, I'm staying with a friend during the storms, but I'm about to go back to the river, and I will not have anywhere to do production. I can jump in and post in community, either on my phone or my computer at the library, but there's not anywhere for me to. Um, I have so much material that I bring to do these decodes. I have a like a 5-inch file of paperwork that is associated with all my codes and all the decodes that I've done for all of these asteroids and comets, and I only have about 1/10 of them that are in the computer. I really need to take everything and put it into a file, but there's so much time. I mean, sometimes I'm spend 12 to 14, 15 hours a day doing just star work, and trying to decode what's happening in the heavens, and it's just an extreme amount of work. So I need to just do what we can with what we have, and we'll move forward. I'm sure there's somebody out there that can help me with all of this, but we're going to show you what we have in the heavens from April the 1st until April the 3rd. We're going to try to do these in 3-day sections from now on the decodes. Give it a 3-day timing for me to catch up and come back. I'll come back every 3 days and do a Mazaroth decode. Unless I don't see anything that is happening in the heavens, but normally there's at least one or two signs each day, and that allows me to continue the story because it's like a story that's happening in heaven, and we're witnessing this ongoing. It's like a beautiful book that is just keeps. Oh, you just open new pages, and we get to read the heavens like a book, and it's really special. So let me get my paper here for today. We're gonna actually go back to the first. We're gonna begin on the first. If you go to my community section, I'll go ahead and pull it up here also. But if you go to my community section, for yesterday, I posted both of the comets that I found. And we're going to go ahead and we'll do this first because it happens before the second. Let's go ahead and get to these comets. The first one we have is Comet Lemmon. This is C 2025 A6 Lemmon. It's aligning with the foot of the bride, and that is in the constellation of Gemini. If you've been following me for a while in the ancient times, Gemini was a bride and a bridegroom, and Castor was the bride. And this comet is aligning with the foot of the bride. So that's a very important sign for us that are watching the signs in the heavens for the bride of Christ. So let's go ahead and look at the gematria codes. This is Comet Lemmon equals prophet, Most High God. DNA killed beast image, killed beast and image. Clock is ticking. Bring me to life. 7-7. Bridge collapse. Independence Day. Final warning. The bird is free. Gnosticism. Crack the cipher. Shiloh comes. The promise. Mazaroth. Holy Sophia, open book of life, and raising the dead. Now, we have been looking at the possibility of sometime around the 29th. Actually, I was looking at it back from the 14th for this raising of the dead in Christ. And so we're getting more codes with this Comet Lemmon of this resurrection of the dead. And so that's very important when we're looking at the escape of the bride, because that is expected immediately afterwards. It doesn't have to be the exact same day. It could be a day later. It could be even of specific time later. And we'll be going into details on that later in another video, because the scriptures don't give us an exact timing. It says, and then after that. And so that could, in the ancient Hebrew language, it could be a determined time, or it could be an undisclosed amount of time. And so we're looking at the escape of the bride of Christ that are already in the graves, or what they would call asleep, and we're looking for them to be raised from the dead before we meet them in the clouds. And so it's very important for us to see these codes with Comet Lemmon. And then let's go to the next sign, which is Comet C 2017 K2 Pan-Starrs. This one was found in 2017. And that's also very important if you remember the Revelation 12 sign. This aligns with Jupiter between the horns of Taurus, and it's going to become very important. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I had some frustrations today with my computer and trying to get this. And I've been spending a lot of time, family, trying to get all of these tools onto this computer and everything fixed. And I've never had so many problems in my life. This has been an extreme attack on this work and on this channel. I just, everywhere I turn, there seems to be some kind of hurdle that I have not been able to make it over myself. And so I'm calling out to the rest of the family. I need some more help. It's been a blessing to have this new computer, and I want to thank Eric again for helping us to accomplish that as a team. And I just need some more tools from the family to help me to continue this work. And if you could say some prayers and do whatever you can on your side to help in this work. I see that this is a team effort, and I get so many great comments and so much great information from the rest of the Watchmen and the subs that I feel like I know we can get through this, but in my condition and with the knowledge I have about computers, boy, I'm like up against a wall. So any help would be greatly appreciated. So this has been the frustration is this comet. I've been trying to pull this up because it's been involved in so many of the signs, and I find it and then it's gone, and I just can't. I'm past the frustration, and I just want to get the stellarium fixed so that I can do the work correctly. But we have this comet lining up between the horns of Taurus. Again, this is another judgment sign. And it also makes an alignment on the third with the Elnath star, and that is the Auriga constellation, which is the shepherd. And this is happening right in the Silver Gate. It's really, really important for me to be able to show the family this stuff, and I can't do it. And it's frustrating when you're trying to do this kind of work and your hands are tied. So I'm calling out to everybody. If you know anybody that is in the family that is willing to donate a little bit of time to help a brother out and help me get through these hurdles, and let's get this computer dialed in so that we can use it correctly. This is something that we have to be able to do in order to do this work correctly, and I cannot figure it out. And I'm sure it's something so simple, and I just don't have the computer knowledge to overcome the problems I'm having. And where I live, I have no family. I have literally like two friends. Everybody that I've met, I can't even be around because there's a lot of alcoholism and a lot of drugs, and just uh, I do what I can to just keep myself away from all of the worldly stuff because it's become so overbearing, and so this area where I'm living, I just do not have any connections, and I'm currently unemployed and homeless. And if you've ever been in that situation, you know how difficult it is to even be able to do anything. And so I'm doing my best, family, but I just need some help. So we're looking at the comet codes for Comet Pan-Starrs, and this equals Tutankhamun, Antichristus, all tax is abolished, the storm is here, the divine triangle, Black Plague is next, the next pandemic, the book of creation, southern border, faithful servant, light of the world, the light we carry, cashless society, spiritual army, real Mary Magdalene, atmospheric radiation. Now, I want to stop here really quick because there has been all kinds of things happening in the sun. And if you've been following the posts that I've been making, or any of the solar scientists, or any of the YouTubers out there that have solar dynamics channels, you'll notice that there is some really, really severe things happening in our sun, and it is going through some changes that are causing radiation storms to happen on the Earth, and I believe that we are in a high watch potential for um, something to happen on that level, and we know that we've been having some really, really bad earthquakes because of it. And for those of you who don't know, the sun is directly related to how these earthquakes are happening on the planet. You can literally watch some solar dynamics channels and watch the impact come into the earth, and within that day or two you can just watch how the earth starts to transform as the energy creates expansion within the planet, and it starts creating bulges depending on where that energy comes into the planet. You can literally see how these things move around the planet. And if you're a subscriber of Dutch Sense, then you know that he's been tracking how that happens. So there are things happening with the atmospheric radiation, and we can see that in the codes. And this causes desolation. And if you've been following ancient history and the discoveries that they've made lately with all of the ancient history, with the mud floods and with all of the destruction periods that the planet's gone through, I mean, they have the records now, and it looks like they have the ability to track five uh, periods in our history where the planet has gone through almost total devastation, where literally almost nothing survives, and then it has to basically start all over. And they have found five records of catastrophism, and that can be caused by the sun, and it can also be caused by interstellar radiation and storms that come from the explosions of the stars, etc. So this can cause desolation, and I believe that that is what they were trying to warn us of in Gobekli Tepe with the Vulture Stone. I believe that Vulture Stone is actually a prophecy of the coming catastrophe that's involved with this atmospheric radiation and the desolation of our planet because of the incoming storms. So I want everybody to pay attention to that, and it's really important for us to look into the past because there's nothing new under the sun. And it also equates to quantum mechanics, the journey home, order of Melchizedek, the planet Venus. And if you've been paying attention to the planet Venus, it is in the head of the Eastern fish, and I believe this is a warning period as Venus is now the morning star, which means instead of representing the bride as it was, now it's representing Christ. And I believe this is a warning from Messiah to the church in general, that it's wake up time, and then we see right below Christ returned. And we can see these two signs on April the 1st because, again, Comet Pan-Starrs on the 1st aligns with Jupiter, and then it moves up into the Elnath star, and we can look at that here. If we look up to, let me move this, and so you can see really quick. So we have Auriga, And if you have been following me for a while, then you know that this tip of the Manasseh horn of Taurus is also the knee of the shepherd of Riga. And this area of heaven is called the Silver Gate. And this is where on the third that comet is moving to is this Elnath star, which is the entrance to the Silver Gate. So between Zeta Tauri, the other horn of Taurus, and Elnath is like a line that all of the planets and the sun and the moon pass through. And this is the entrance to the Silver Gate in the heavens. And you can see that here with the Milky Way. You can see how the Milky Way comes up from the Dog Star through Monoceros, through the Club of Orion, through the Hand of Auriga, through the Auriga constellation, and then you can see that it moves um, through Perseus and through. And so we are, see, I have to, you can see that here with the foot of Gemini, Castor, the hand of Auriga, and the club of Orion. This is a very special spot in the heavens called the Silver Gate. And there's all kinds of archaeological finds all over the planet, including Israel. There's actually multiple stelas that have been found in Israel with this code. And I have done multiple decodes on these stelas, and I'm going to be bringing that out if we are allowed more time. I'll be bringing that out in a complete series where I decode all of the ancient um, depictions from Egypt to Israel into the entire Levant area and up into Mesopotamia with the Sumerians. There are literally hundreds of documents from all over the world, including on wood, stone, metal, etc. And these are all essentially showing us the same exact depiction, and I believe it has to do with heavenly code that I have been working on doing the decode, and it's involved in this area of heaven from what we call the Golden Gate of the Ecliptic, which is between Pleiades and the Hyades. It's tied to Orion, the belt of Orion, and it's tied to the star Sirius. We see this all over Egypt and all over South America. They've even found American um, Stonehenge and a bunch of other places in the northern Americas with this sign in the heavens. And so I'm going to be doing the work to decode this part of the heavens from the Pleiades to the Gemini constellation. Is a very important key area of the heavens. So what we're going to be looking at now is Asteroid Jerusalem. And let's go ahead and pull up the codes. We'll do this first. This is an alignment with Jerusalem and Jupiter. And we can look at Jupiter as the king seated between the horns. It's like a great uh, chair in heaven, and Jupiter the king is seated there in Jerusalem. This can be seen as a sign. Let's just look at this. This is between the horns of Taurus. This is a judgment sign. Taurus is a sign of judgment. And you have Jupiter, the king planet. It's considered the king. This is a depiction of Christ. And we now have Jerusalem. And let's just go ahead and we'll move back. And you can see how Jerusalem has been transitioning from the line of Aldebaran. And now it's moved up into alignment here with Jupiter between the horns. And what we're looking at is the king aligning with Jerusalem and the bride. We can see right here the moon is aligned with the foot of the shepherd. And this is the moon, the bride, the king, and Jerusalem all aligning here on the second today. And we're looking at a very important sign in the heavens again. So let's go ahead and look at these codes. Asteroid Jerusalem equals pleasing to Jesus K. Sleeper is awakened MK. Your blood is key. Volcanic eruption. Let's stop there for a second because uh, as we were talking about these solar storms, um, we've seen all kinds of volcanic eruptions from these solar storms. So whenever you are watching these solar dynamic warnings from the multiple people that are out there, make sure you understand how that is involved in the earthquakes and the volcanic eruptions. See, I call angels of power. The earth will shake. The everlasting Father, 777, the great solar flash. Love is the answer. The one I love is called Jesus' second coming, Resurrection Day. We are all God's children, delivering truth, okay? The Holy Warrior, Castor, and Paula. So we can see here another sign of the bride and the bridegroom with Castor and Pollux. California earthquake. Rebuild Tower of Babel. So we all know that based on these solar dynamics and the things that are happening on the sun, that we're all supposed to be on high watch. For those of you who live in California, I have family and friends that are all on high watch right now because of what's happening on the sun and what could potentially be happening on the planet. We already know we've had multiple big earthquakes causing massive devastation all over the planet. And so we all need to be on high watch and be praying up that we are counted worthy to escape all these devastating things. And we need to pray for those all over the planet who are going through these types of problems, regardless of where they are or who they are. We are to be praying for their safety. And so let's go ahead and take a look. We're looking at Jerusalem. And today, the bride and the king and Jerusalem aligning. Okay, so our next move is 10P Temple. Now, this is another comet that I have not been able to get back up. So let's just go over the codes. This is Comet Temple. It's aligning with the Zosma star in Leo. Today, Comet Temple equals market crash. Astrologia, God's right hand, the magnified door, free at last, Enuma Elish. If you don't know what that is from the Sumerian cuneiform, and it's very important for us as followers of Christ to know what is in these ancient books. Because a lot of our history comes from these original writings that got rewritten into history into multiple books. And most of it comes from these Enuma Elish, the Atrahasis, in the Lost Book of Ink. There's many, many books out there that we need to dig into and understand what this history is so that we're not left in the dust, and that we can bring those who are searching for the truth of Christ into the fold. Uh, Even if they're from other religions, they will see that the knowledge we have of the things that they believe, just as Paul said that he became uh, whatever was necessary in order to lead those into Christ. And he even used the unknown God as a way to teach people of the truth. And that's what my hope is that we will be able to bring all of those that are searching. They're searching for the truth, but they're led into all kinds of deceptions because they can't put together all the pieces. And I've been studying these ancient religions my whole life, and I have the ability to put all the pieces together because I've studied religions from all over the planet, and I can show them how um, the coming of Christ was a fulfillment of what they were looking for in ancient times. And so this Enuma Elish is very important for us to understand our history. This also equates Rainbow Bridge, Vatican City, Merovingian, Apocalypse, Scorched Earth. Again, Scorched Earth and Apocalypse can both be a sign from the sun. So, if you're a follower of Christ, I would have a couple channels that you're following that are solar dynamics channels and that do posts every day, that are following the sun and the signs within the sun, because we were told that the signs would be in the sun, the moon, and the stars. And even if they're not Christian, if they're doing correct work, then you're going to be able to see those signs, and you're going to be able to transmute that into understanding of what the scriptures are saying. So get a couple of those channels on your YouTube and make sure you're watching those every day, because it's going to help us to put out the warnings for potential scorched earth. one side of the planet is going to get hit hard, and the other side of the planet is going to be safe from this incoming problem of what happens to the sun. And it also equates to day of vengeance, apotheosis, heaven's reign, NASA deception, Hyperborean, the book of the dead, resurrect, Abraham's bosom. Okay, family, we're talking about resurrect, Abraham's bosom, even the book of the dead isn't this. The book of the dead is really uh, called the book of coming forth unto life or unto day or light. And they call it the book of the dead because it is all about the resurrection of the dead and the process that the Egyptians were studying for that resurrection. And that's involved in Abraham's bosom and also come sail away. So we can see that it is talking about resurrection. And so I can't show it with the computer, but this 10P temple aligns with the Zosma star. Let's go ahead and just pull that up so you can see the area of heaven we're talking about. This is the backside of Leo, the tail of Leo. This is also called the entrance into the Lion's Gate. Um, I gotta take a quick break, family. I will be right back. Okay, here we go. So this area of the heavens is what we call the Lion's Gate between the tail of Leo and we can just see that here. Let's go to the Leo constellation, and you can see that this area is a transition. If you look at this line coming up from crater, the line of the constellation, these lines that Stellarium uses for these constellations, they don't have anything to do, family, with the ancient codes of these constellations. So you cannot use these as determinations between the lines. Essentially, this star Denebola or Denebola um, is connected to this New Virginis, and this is actually the entrance to the constellation of Virgo. But you can see here um, that the line is not that way. Um, these constellation lines are not exact with the ancient language. These were just fit together sort of as puzzle pieces and laid out in puzzle pieces, but they're not exact with the ancient codes of the heavens with the stars. They're not showing the exact locations of the divisions between these constellations. So I just want to make sure everybody knows Stellarium does not have the ancient depictions of these things done correctly, and that can cause some people doing this type of work to make mistakes. You can see here that this star Denebola is let's just show you here. You can see it's connected here but the line comes back up right through the head of Virgo, and then it's lined up back here with the tip of the crater cup, and that makes it hard for there to be a correct determination when these planets and the sun and the moon come transition through this section. If you're watching these lines, then there can be a incorrect determination. So that comet is lined up here with the Zosma star, and this again is the entrance into what we call the Lion's Gate. And that is 10p Temple. Okay, now uh, let's see. My next sign for the second, and what we're looking at here is Apophis. And let's get this pulled up on alignment. And a lot of people that are doing Mazaroth work, uh, they're showing signs. I noticed that a lot of people, what they do is they just, as long as it's in the field of the constellation, they're just happy to show that there's something there. And unfortunately, the Mazaroth doesn't work that way. Um, these lines and these depictions between these constellations are very important, and we really need to be focused on when there's alignments made. Um, just because a very specific asteroid or comet or the sun or the moon's in a constellation doesn't necessarily mean that it's a sign. We really need to wait till there's an alignment with a specific star or a line between the stars, as we can see with these constellation lines. Um, Otherwise, it's sort of what we would call an empty sign. It doesn't have weight to the sign like you would see here with Apophis lining directly up with the northern fish. There's a very specific time that these asteroids make their alignments, or their comet, or the sun, or the moon. We can see how Venus is right now is in the. We'll just go to Venus really quick. We're going to show you how this works. Let's see. Okay, so you can see how Venus is transitioning into the head of the eastern fish, and it continues, and then it moves its way out of the eastern fish head. Let's go ahead and pull this up on center, and we can watch. There's two alignments here. The alignment as it exits the head here on the 15th, and then we can watch as it transitions through, and then we can watch as it makes its alignment here on the 31st. And this is Venus moving its way through the eastern fish head. This is a definite sign of the morning star. It's a warning to the church between the 31st and the 15th of April. This is a warning, family, to the church. Right here. Venus in the head of the eastern fish. Again, this is the fish that is traveling back into the water stream. It's going to go below the ecliptic back into what we would consider the world. And this is a warning. You have Mercury right there, which is a message. You have the morning star. You have the sun in the house between. This is a warning to the church, both sides, the called out bride and the general church that's just asleep. A lot of people are asleep. They're not paying attention. They are asleep. And this is a warning sign. This is a call to all of the churches to wake up. The bridegroom is here in the house of the fish. It's fishing time. And we can see that Apophis, let's go back to that. This alignment that's happening here, we can see that it is aligning here. Let's go ahead and get it back up again. Close enough here. So we're looking at asteroid Apophis. Again, we've been tracking this asteroid for a while. You can see Apophis is aligning today on Purim, the Mazaroth Purim. Apophis is lining with the northern fish. So let's look at the codes really quick. This is April the 2nd, aligning with the northern fish in Pisces. Asteroid Apophis equals you are bride of Christ. I, God, come to take bride home. Rapture ark, God's family, Christ the Redeemer, morning stars. A storm is coming. Plasma apocalypse. Atomic holocaust, bunkers of doom, mark of Antichrist, spirit of Nimrod, brain chip, Neuralink, the Anunnaki angels, the Dracos shall be defeated. See, CERN opened a portal, okay? Asteroid Vestnina. I want to say that again. Asteroid Vestnina. The seven stars. Be the lighthouse. Okay, family. You can't make any of this stuff up because Apophis, we've been tracking for a while. Again, my next sign begins on the 3rd, and that's Comet Pan-Starrs aligning with the Elnas star. We can't show you that, but we already looked at the codes. And next on 4-3, you can't make this up, family. And we just looked at the codes for Apophis, and it equals Vestnina. And we're looking at, watch this. Okay, family, here we are. This is tomorrow morning. We have the moon aligning with Vestnina. Here we are right here. We're looking at 6:44 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. And we can see right here, just past the Elnath star, which is the entrance to the Silver Gate. Now we have Vestnina aligning with the moon. So let's go over here and let's look at the codes really quick. Asteroid Vestnina, the 11th month. A storm is coming. Judgment is coming. Lazarus, come forth. You are bride of Christ. In a blink of an eye, atomic holocaust. Now you'll notice that some of these are duplications of the last code because they equate, family. You can't make these things up. This is an amazing connection. We're getting a double warning of atomic holocaust. The people rise, quantum leap, apocalypse, plague, COVID is hoax, Great Depression, asteroid Apophis, key to the abyss, global earthquakes, the Anunnaki gods, Enoch, Elijah, revived, a serpent-headed lion, Luciferase vaccines, rise now, meat markets plunge prophecy. Family, I think you've been following this channel long enough. For those of you who have been with me, uh, these codes are literally screaming at us. This is a sign to the bride. What we're looking at here is tomorrow morning, essentially right at sunrise. We're looking at Vestnina aligning with the moon, and here we have Jupiter that's right uh, in between the horns, and we also see Eunomia that is going to be coming up in its alignment with the foot of the bride. These are all signs that are happening in the heavens right now. Excuse me, pointing us to the bride. These are all of our bride signs that we continue to see in heaven. And we just continue to keep looking up because we keep getting these signs. Let's go to our last sign for the third. We're going to be pulling up Asteroid Wade. And another sign given to this northern fish family. This is Asteroid Wade now aligning with this northern fish. And here we are. We're looking at 4-3 at the end of the day on 4-3 now. We're looking at a sign to the northern fish. Let's look at Asteroid Wade for more details. We're looking at these codes. Asteroid Wade equals trouble for Jacob. Planned virus, vaccine, mark of the beast, judgment day, decode book of Revelation, break the chains, Middle East war, atomic weapon, red tsunami, Saturn destroyed, the end of time, Sagittarius, salvation is coming, wedding angels, coronation, white robes, House of Virgo, Palisades fire, and babies' lives matter. Okay, family, this is the last sign for this decode. We're looking at a direct sign to the called out bride. Wade is aligned with the northern fish, which is the called out bride, the one headed into heaven. We're looking at a sign to the bride. The sun is getting close to the band of the eastern fish, and Venus is in the head of the eastern fish. These are all warnings. We can see Mercury as a sign to the fish. Below the ecliptic, we have both Saturn and Neptune. We can see this as Enki and Enlil, the Sumerian, the Anunnaki, right there, aligning with the tail of Cetus, the great sea dragon. Neptune is considered Enki, the Lord of the Sea. Saturn is connected with his brother Enlil, the Lord of the Sky. Saturn was the ancient sun, the black hole sun. These are all ancient ways of us looking at the story in the heavens. And Mercury is a messenger, the angel. These are all eight angelic signs in the heavens pointing us to this Wade. And we can even look at Wade as uh, a water sign that this northern fish is wading through the water, and we are looking at a sign to the called out bride. So I want to thank everybody for coming. Please, fam, if you can help uh, get me through this problem, if you know anybody, please send me an email or place a comment in the comment section, or however you can get in touch with me. Would be greatly appreciated. I'd like to move through this. I'm going to have a problem being able to do videos maybe for 4 or 5 days. I do not have a place after today to do the videos. I'm going to ask my buddy if I can come back, but I'm not back here in Bandon until uh, Friday. And so I've got at least 2 days. I'm going to be on the river, and it's in the middle of nowhere. There's no internet out there. I'm just going to be doing um, a lot of soul searching and prayer, and trying to dig into what I can find at the library. I can go and do my research, but there's nowhere for me to have privacy to do videos. They don't allow you to make noise in the libraries, and I've tried to do it outside of the libraries, and there's so many disruptions and so many sounds that it's just not proper for me to do a video. So I'm looking for a place to live, but I'm in transition. My goal is to get over to um, the border of the Klamath and the Lake County in Oregon. I'm going to be hunting for the property for the um, observatory, and I'm going to build a stellarium research center there. And the only place that I can really afford to do anything like that is over in the area I'm talking about. I'm currently really struggling with a lot of the financial stuff. I'll make it through the hurdle. Winters are brutal on me because I don't have any work, and with a broken back and all the issues I have with my health, it's it's almost impossible to even survive. Um, I'm trying to set up a way to get funding. I don't even have a way for people to donate to me. I'm working on all of that. All of my family are so far away. And when I was down visiting my daughter, she had so many other things planned with the new baby that I couldn't get her help with anything. So I'm going to try to work through all of this, and within a couple weeks, hopefully, I'll have a way for me to accept donations, and that should allow me to begin the work on the observatory and setting up a place for me to do full time work on this. Hopefully, we're out of here before then, but we have to just keep moving forward. And that's what I feel like my work and my passion is. And so I'm going to move forward with that with faith. And I'm going to move in that direction, even though I don't have anything set up. I'm just going to move forward in faith, and those of you who be willing to help in that, it would be great to hear a shout out in the comment section. I'm going to be needing help to get the observatory set up, and I'm going to build an entire Mazaroth Research Center from the ground up, and we should be able to do that for really, really cheap because of the area where I'm going. It's really inexpensive to find land, and the area that I located is it's my favorite area that I've ever been in my life for viewing the stars. It's literally like you can reach out and touch the stars there. Every night left me in awe because uh, you're in an area where there's literally hardly any clouds ever. You have like almost 300 days of of just clear skies, and the elevation is close to 4,000 feet where I was looking, and it's just a little over that actually. It's over 4,000 feet, and it puts you literally at night. It's like there's a billion stars, and you don't ever see that anywhere else. And I'd really like to build a research center where I can do my work for at least 6 or 7 months out of the year. It gets really rough there in winter. Eventually, I would be able to establish a year-round observatory, but for at least for the first couple years, it will have to be a summer only. And I'd also like to set up a summer camp there. It might take me at 4 or 5 months to get that going. And so I'm going to be transitioning out there, and I would love your prayers. And then also, again, for those of you who would be willing to support that, it's going to be an incredible work, and I believe that it will help a lot of people in the coming tribulation, as we will be able to locate all of the signs that are necessary to guide those who are left behind They will have uh, the codes that are necessary to know the days and the signs to look for. So, again, thank you for coming, family. This is going to be my last video for at least a couple days. Again, please, I don't normally ask, but if you could help with the algorithms and give us a thumbs up and post something in the comments. I need all the help that I can get with the algorithms and also with helping to build this channel. Please spread this message and share it with everybody that you can. Um, we are hunting the signs for the escape of the bride, and we're continuing to see the signs in the heavens for that escape of the bride. And again, much love. We will see you soon.